What if I told you that in this screenshot there are 10 hidden bases? Can you spot them? Today I'm going to try and create a Minecraft base so hidden that it is impossible to find. And afterwards I'll test it out against 3 of the smartest Minecraft YouTubers to see if they can find the 10 bases or if it's truly impossible. Before we can create the most hidden base, we have to define what actually counts as a base. The Minecraft wiki outlines the requirements for a few different types of bases, all the way from nomadic to extreme. We can probably agree that this is a base and this isn't. So somewhere in between there should exist a build that it just barely ticks the requirements for a base. For our purposes, a base has to occupy at least a 5x5 defined region, have at least 1 chest of storage, and place for the player to either stand or crawl. So this mini base doesn't count. Space for a bed is optional but not a must because some people prefer coffee and don't sleep. Our base also needs an entrance of some sort. Now I'm not talking about a straight up door, stasis chamber and chorus route are fine, but you shouldn't have to break a wall to get into or out of the base. So how else can we conceal our base? One of the most simple options is camouflage. By making the terrain of the biome we choose to settle in, we can make our base blend in and be harder to spot. Different biomes lend themselves better to this method, so while a desert may not be the best place to camouflage a base, building one in the jungle, tundra, or even underwater gives us a pretty hard to spot base.
Nah. Are you trolling me? I'm within a 4-block radius, both in height and in distance.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be an entrance here.
Each of these options has its own set of benefits, but probably won't be enough to fool our 3 experts. Boostfur is known for his incredibly good strategy and skill. Crafty Masterman is a genius redstoner, and Rekrap is one of the most versatile, keen, and skilled survivalists in Minecraft. A basic hidden base won't be enough to trick any of these guys. But we don't just have to camouflage our base with biomes. Using a clever combination of signs and item frames, we can camouflage an entrance with basically any block we want using maps, which actually makes for a pretty convincing illusion.
Oh god. Oh god. Any peculiar looking sand.
Even still though, this base isn't perfect, so what if instead we decided to camouflage with the sky? Now obviously concrete or wool wouldn't cut it, they stand out way too easily. Then how about shulker boxes? Shulker boxes are a type of tile entity, meaning they have a weird behavior quirk that causes them to disappear if you're too far away from them. So by placing a bunch of shulker boxes in the sky, we can create a base that isn't even visible from ground level. Chests also have the same property, so all of a sudden our tangible base becomes totally invisible. But if Crafty, Wreck, or Boostfur tower up even a little, they'll spot our now visible base right away. The sky is too open and obvious to hide a base. So what about hiding it in the void? You may think this is an impossible task. Blocks aren't able to be placed under y-64, so hiding the base in the void seems like it shouldn't be possible. But that's only if you rely on blocks. If you drop chickens on leads into the void and then stack boats on top of them, you can drop down chest minecarts and all of a sudden you have a cozy void platform. But this isn't the limit either. Using shulkers and minecarts, we can create a void platform that is totally possible to walk on. Placing these boats on shulkers makes it harder for them to see us, and as a result, we now have a base under the void. This base is way safer than before, since not many people will think to check on it. Plus, with a bit of clever decoration to hide the entrance, this base becomes almost invisible. Now we have a pretty good contender for the hardest base to find in Minecraft, but is it really the hardest? Sure, it's under the void, but with a little bit of F3, you can see all the entities down there and immediately get suspicious. So a void base probably won't be enough to fool these guys. However, there are a bunch more locations beside the void that these players probably won't expect. Placing snow on scaffolding makes for a really neat secret entrance. All you have to do is crouch and you can fall right through. An inconspicuous shulker box can also be used with a roof above it to grant you an entrance. Powdered snow can also be utilized as a wall that you have to sink through, allowing you to fall right into a base. The same trick also works with lava lakes. Placing signs underneath the lava makes this dangerous terrain feature the perfect place that no one will expect a secret entrance to be.
Let's see, there's a pit of lava here, which I feel like would be a great place to hide something.
Okay, maybe some people will expect it. We can even get a bit more creative if you consider the different means to enter a base. Using chorus fruit as our entrance and exit strategy, we can put a base just about anywhere and then just teleport into it. Like Likewise, we can create this contraption known as a Jeb door, place it into the side of a mountain, and all of a sudden we have a door that blends into any wall. To get in, just use a redstone torch key, hoe activation, button, literally whatever you want. Another really sneaky entrance utilizes nether portals. If you set up 2 nether portals at just the perfect distance, by shifting on the edge of one nether portal, you spawn in a completely different portal in the overworld than the one you entered from. This portal is impossible to access by other means, so only people who know the trick will know to crouch on the edge.
Maybe if I go back, hold on, let's see if this is like if I shift on the edge, if I go through a different portal.
The only problem, this secret base can only be 16 blocks away from the original portal, so we have to choose an inconspicuous location that nobody will think to check. Oh, what's this? You should probably do that. The limits can really be stretched when we consider the actual game we're playing. These YouTubers will have a set amount of time to find as many bases as they can. The way they quote-unquote find a base is by obtaining the name diamond from the chest in each base. This may seem boring, but we can bend this rule to our advantage. One of our secret bases can just be an insane amount of chests. Every chest will be full of random junk, but one chest in particular will have the name diamond.
Oh my gosh, dude. No, no, no.
This method is tried and tested as well. On 2b2t, the most dangerous Minecraft server with no rules, players constantly steal from one another. But one of the most secure storage systems in the server's history was the Gringotts system. This massive storage system had so many chests of scrambled items that it would take thieves ages to rob them all. The only way it was usable was by the help of robots with access to documents outlining the contents of every single chest. So safety in numbers is definitely a viable option. Another way we can mess with the players is using something inconspicuous as our entrance. We can utilize interactable blocks in the terrain like cauldrons and composters to make entrances that require a bit of player manipulation. By adding a certain number of layers to a composter or taking the right amount of water from a cauldron, we can open a drop down into our hidden base. But even now, there's a looming problem with all the bases I've mentioned. These bases are static. The moment Rec, Crafty, or Boostfur discover a wall that looks even a bit out of place, it's all over. So what if we had a base that didn't have to be static? What if our secret base moved around? Enter flying machines. By stacking minecarts with chests on flying machines made of slime blocks, we now have a secret base that moves back and forth through the sky. This base is never in one place, and the more you extend the range, the harder it is to find. Sadly, our range is finite, but set one of these up on a massive flight path and no one is finding it. But even still, none of these bases are truly secret. With enough digging and TNTing, all of them can be found pretty easily. Every base can be found given enough searching, and that's not even mentioning how broken the pie chart is. This thing literally tells you where the nearest chest or shulker is. But what if the base wasn't possible to find with brute force? What if it transcended a fixed area? A base can't be found if it doesn't exist. Well, with that in mind, I present to you a Minecraft base that is impossible to find. In this area, there are 10 Minecraft bases that are almost impossible to find. Each one sits in at least a 5x5 defined region and has a chest with a diamond. For each diamond renamed to H that you collect, you win another $100 for a charity of your choice. And if you find all 10, I'll double the entire winning. Among the competitors, we have a lava base, a hidden jungle entrance base, an underwater base, a redstone activated base, a base with a lot of chests with fake diamonds, a secret nether portal base, a flying machine base, a shulker box base, a fake cactus base, my personal favorite, and the hardest to find base I could possibly imagine. Each YouTuber has 1 hour to find as many H diamonds as possible and prove which base is the best.
So hidden entrances. Great. Oh my gosh, dude. No. No. Oh! Oh! Oh. No! It said JK! You piece of garbage!
Up. Okay. Okay, I have the diamond one first.
Acquired.
Oh,
Professional?
hold on. Nope, not professional. Oh.
So if I don't find a single one in 1 hour, I don't get any money for a cherry?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I hate charities.
Oh!
Okay.
Wait,
He's
I'm actually
professional.
cracked.
He's so good.
Dude! This could all be a big debate, and none of these chests actually have anything, which is probably the case.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
Found it! Yes! still. Ooh, bigger. Ooh, multiple shulkers. Oh, holy shulkers out the wazoo, dude. Woo! My goodness. How many do you have? I feel so stupid right now. And there's supposed to be an entrance here.
Yeah, there's an entrance within 4 blocks of where you used to be.
So that would be not ideal. Oh.
Bro stumbled into it!
The trapdoor!
You're within 5 blocks.
You mad genius. How? Wow. Sesame. Open sesame. Open sesame. Aha! That's why it looked... Damn, so me just being stupid and wanting to look at the top of the trees just
Yeah, that's how you...
gave me a free thing.
4, 3, 2...
Oh, come on.
1.
No way.
Okay, 7. Not
Yeah,
bad.
that's not bad. Break your last chest. You have one more. Think
I have
very
one more?
carefully. You have one more chest. If you break the chest with a diamond, it's all yours.
No. Okay, alrighty. We're going into the great bracket of chest mining. Okay, we're doing 1 versus 2.
I'm
Which
excited.
side of the double chest will win? It's phone face up again. That's 4. What is that? 4 in a row? What are you on?
So the left side of the double chest. 4 in a row.
HJK. I'm gonna save the one in the middle for the last one I look at. There's like no point to all of this because it's not. Yeah. My gosh!
He got it! This is huge!
Dude, that was crazy! Oh my...
While each of the YouTubers had different strategies, they all came out in a similar place, with Rekrap barely pulling ahead. Some of the bases were easier to find than others, but the Cactus base and Jungle base actually worked really well. The Shulker base and Safety in Numbers base were also viable options and something to consider when making your own establishment. But after all is said and done, you may have noticed one base was never found. No YouTuber was able to find the 10th mystery diamond. Somewhere in this region, a base existed that was truly impossible to come across, because it didn't exist. You see, if these YouTubers had looked below the bedrock, they would have noticed a pattern, a QR code. Scanning this QR code would have led them to a Google Drive link where they could download a world file. This zip file would be encrypted and would require a password. To proceed, they had to have recognized the password is actually the coordinates of the center block they spawned on. Only once they find this pin code will they be able to collect the world file and open up the save, and finally claim the last H diamond. Just kidding, the 10th base actually does exist in the map. So without further ado, the most secret base in all of Minecraft is this. Now this isn't a 5x5 base. It's actually 500 by 500, extending way beyond the realm of this world border. In fact, this entire area is a single giant base, so any one block is fair game for a chest. And truly, this is the safest way. Hiding a chest 300 blocks in the sky or a barrel coated with waterlogged slabs underground and not having all your eggs in one basket is the best way to effectively hide a base. Unless, of course, you just use an ender chest. On the topic of secret and impossible, if you want to try and solve an insanely hard Minecraft puzzle, click the video on the left. And if you instead want to find out what the most secure base in Minecraft is, click the video on the right. But thank you so much for watching, please consider subscribing, and peace out, have a good one, I'll see you next time.